Money can't buy you class, elegance is learned. Let's get into this review. Tinsley needs another storyline besides this arrest because she drops it in like every sentence. Like she's talking to Dorinda for the first time and she's, I was in a bad relationship and I was arrested. Girl, okay, it's New York. Everybody was arrested. The only people in New York who doesn't have a rap sheet are newborns, okay? And they got one coming in a couple years. So just calm down. But I feel like maybe she's trying to use this because this makes her interesting. I was arrested and I was an it girl and my hair was curly and that was my signature. This show is making me crazy. So Carolyn is catching Sonya up about the dinner that she missed at the previous dinner that the ladies had, where Ramona dropped this tea that Bethenny was in. She said a porn, but it was like some cinematic softcore crap. But let's be real, Ramona, you dropped that tea to embarrass Bethenny to get something going. Let me tell you something. Ramona has been on every season of The Real Housewives of New York, and that is why, because she's messy like that. And I loved how Bethenny didn't play with her, though. She was just like, so what are we trying to do? You trying to embarrass me? It didn't work. I love her. You know, she has her days with me sometimes where I'm just like, girl, you're doing the most. But I've always liked how authentic she was on the show. I never felt like she was putting it on. I felt like when Bethenny don't like you, she don't like you. When she rock with you, she rock with you. Sometimes I feel like she puts it on a little bit too much to try to be familiar, and she plays up the, you know, I was middle class and broke storyline a little bit too much because I don't believe any of it. But she's still one of my favorites on this show, so rock on, Bethenny Frankel. Rock on. So Dorinda was waiting for a moment. So, first of all, Ramona's parties are, oh, Lord, they just seem so boring. And I will not give it to her age or her culture, because older white people have good parties. I've been to a few, okay? Older white people, especially out in Hollywood, know how to throw a party. So I just don't know why her parties are so dry, because I don't think that Ramona is like a dry person, but her parties are just like so boring. And at every Ramona party, you can hear the silverware hitting the plates. That's how like quiet and like, you know, funeral homey. It's so dead. Anyway, Dorinda and Sonya somehow sit next to each other. And, you know, Sonya is not confrontational at all. She always wants to play it off like everybody's in a good space. So she's like, hi, Dorinda. You're so beautiful. And Dorinda's like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, oh, Godfather Dorinda is waiting to bust. So Sonya is trying to make, you know, small talk, because she's saying, oh, you know, with the place that I'm staying at, we can see your place, the Airbnb that you're saying that, Sonya, stop playing. You don't know no friends like that. Get out of here, girl. You ain't got that JP Morgan Chase money anymore. Sit on down. You're not playing me. So anyway, Dorinda is just like, well, you know, I'm around. I'm hanging out with my friends because I'm loved by everybody. I'm staying with LuAnn, and then I split my time between Ramona's home. And Dorinda did that because she knows how Sonya feels about being snubbed by Ramona, because Ramona always does that to her. Ramona has this sacred sect of this group of girls, and she always keeps Sonya on the outskirts. And whenever she falls out with these girls that she wants to be a part of, she runs back to Sonya and they click up again. They're the alabaster freaking frat, but when Ramona is in a good place, she throws Sonya back out. And poor Sonya is just, she's just in an abusive friendship. I swear she is the Portia to Ramona's Phaedra. Poor thing. Dorinda, wait a minute. First of all, you are an invited guest to somebody's dinner party. How dare you start just throwing haymakers at Sonya at the dinner table? And, you know, the guests are like, oh my goodness, what is going on? They're like eating and dining and trying to have a nice quiet time at Ramona's dinner party. And Dorinda just goes from 0 to 100. But you know what? That's what happens when you hold something in and then you finally see the person that you have this issue with and it just vomits out of your mouth, because she just gets it. Sonya isn't really giving her anything for her to get to this point, but she is pissed. She's just like, shut your mouth. It's going to end right here. You're going to stop talking about me. You're going to stop talking about me in the blogs. And even Countess is just like, oh, Dorinda, calm down. But Dorinda Dorinda don't care. She just starts like going into Sonya. And then, which sounds like a rehearsed read, but you know what? When you see a target, go forward, honey. Go forward. She looks at Sonya and she says, why don't you put an easy pass on that Holland Tunnel vagina of yours? Ticket turnstile, sweetie. Ticket and turnstile. Oh, you know what? Sonya, it is okay. You are a woman of a particular age. You have lived your life. You have raised your kids. If you want to be an old hoe, be an old hoe. Live your life. And Dorinda, you stop elderly hoe shaming her. Then the Countess jumps in and it's just like, Sonya, a blogger said, y'all too old to be fighting about bloggers. I'm sorry. It has to be some certified tea with receipts. Y'all cannot sit here and fight about what some 21-year-old blogger said about you guys. Like, y'all too old for this. I can't go for that, Countess. And you know I love you, but I cannot go for that. Whatever that blogger said about your wedding or whatever wasn't even true. But Sonya is just like, well, I couldn't make it to the wedding. That's why I said that I wasn't going. The Countess is like, you weren't invited. Then Dorinda jumps in and is just like, you can't say you're not coming or something you weren't invited to. Won't you go get a bag of bananas and cucumbers, honey? Because that's what you do well. Why is she coming at her coochie? I love Dorinda. Andy, keep her on, please, because Dorinda is always lit. You know, Dorinda is cool, calm, and collected as long as you don't talk about her man, or her kids. You come for any of them, you're dead. It's good TV. Good TV. Dorinda. Dorinda is done. She has reached her limit with Sonya, and I mean, she is reading her on everything. She starts reading her toilet. Go fix your toilet in your townhouse. Oh, it's Edie Bills upstairs. Sonya! Like, what is going on? Dorinda has had it. Oh, she's such good TV. Oh, yes, Miss Dorinda. Please come for her toilet in her townhouse. Yes, rich white woman. That's how you read. Oh, man. Poor Tinsley, she keeps on trying to defend Sonya because at the end of the day, she needs a place to stay. So she's not trying to mess up her housing. But every time she tries to defend Sonya, somebody shuts her down. Dorinda shuts her up. Then Carol was just like, oh, no, she's not upset. It was a one day in the Berkshires. It wasn't that big of a deal. And Tinsley's like, well, okay. Okay, Tinsley, girl, shut up. For you won't have a diamond or an apple, whatever you get from this show next season. So listen, Sonya has been a main cast member since the beginning. She's on the outs right now. So you need to pick a different clique so you can come on next season. Listen, sweetie, it's sink or swim. You got to start thinking about yourself. Wait a minute, Dorinda, what were you going to do? Because they had to stop Dorinda from following Sonya. Sonya had it. She got it from the table, and Dorinda started walking with her big shoes. And LuAnn was like, Dorinda, sit down. Come on, don't do it. You know what? Dorinda, I've said it before, I feel like she's on the wrong show. She is not fit for New York. She is fit for Jersey. Them broads scrap over there in Jersey, and I think that's more up Dorinda's alley. This posh, upper crust New York life, it ain't Dorinda. You know what? Make a Real Housewives of the Berkshires. I know she'll probably get down up there as well, but I just feel like this show is just too frou-frou, she for Dorinda. We need her to get around some broads that scrap. That's more her scene. Carolyn tries, so I keep on calling her Carol. Is it Carol or sorry, girl. Carol tries to leave Ramona's party. And when she's leaving, she goes up to her and she disinvites her from her election party because she's just like, you're voting for Trump. You don't care. She's just like, I'm not voting for Trump. Ramona, she clocked your tea. Carolyn had already told the world that you voted for that demon. Anyway, Ramona's just like, well, I'm not voting for him. And then Sonya's just like, well, you have to vote. And Carol's like, wait, Ramona, this is not the place for you. So Ramona's just like, you're disinviting me? She's like, no, I'm not disinviting you. Ramona's like, so then I'm coming. And she's like, no, I don't think it's a good idea for you to come. Then Ramona is just like, I don't like any of you. We're not friends. I'm not friends with you. I'm not friends with you. What did Sonya do? She defriends everybody and walks away. And she's just like, you're all so petty. Oh, they are all so crazy. Dorinda is still going crazy, cussing out Sonya that she's not there. I'll tell you how I'm doing. Like, this was the craziest dinner party ever. And remember, I thought this party was boring. Child, well, Dorinda turned it all the way up. Note to self, if you're going to have a dinner party with boring people, Invite Dorinda. She'll set a match and she'll get that party lit. Dorinda crossed the line, absolutely. But she's a grown woman and she does not need other grown women who are supposed to be her friends telling her that she could have addressed Sonya like a lady. Get the hell out of here with the respectability politics. If somebody is pissed off, however they get whatever they have on their chest off of their chest is none of your business. You were not affected, Countess LuAnn, I love you, but you were not affected by what Sonya said about Dorinda. So that was her reaction. If you did not like it, fine, that's your opinion, but you don't have to keep on telling her that this is how she should have handled it. Dorinda handled it the way Dorinda handles things. Mind your business and stop trying to be, you know, like Dorinda said, like holier than thou, because listen, Countess, you're the only woman I know that can sit there and have somebody call them all kinds of curse words and whores and sluts for hours and not pop off. Your restraint is something that should be studied. Not everybody has that, and that's okay. Let me tell you something. Bethenny would have got bopped a few times. Call me a whore. What? Okay, sweetie, you gonna catch these hands. Sonya and Tinsley walk into the party with Dorinda reading Sonya's shoes. Dorinda had some reads this episode. Some were a little corny, but when she read Sonya's Papadilla, whatever them shoes is, Palm Beach, whatever them shoes are, I imagine the woman that she was talking about. And girl, Sonya needs to get upset. Like, she has to stop taking these beat downs from cast members and trying to be everybody's best friend. Sonya needs a medal for getting over things. Like, I mean, she walks right into the house and just hugs Dorinda and they're best friends. Like, it's, oh, I just had to get that out. You are not going to embarrass me like that and say all those terrible things, and I'm going to walk into a breakfast, a brunch, and hug you and just be like, oh, you needed to vent and I needed to vent. You guys are doing this for the check. You're doing this for the show because you know that you guys have to film together. Because I just don't believe that after all that, you and Dorinda are just cool beans all over again. But anyway, the ladies made nice for now. You're so funky. She's so stank. Like, there's this whole scene of her, like, smelling her underwear and then washing it in a bidet. The same bidet that she puts her head in. Oh, she's so funky and stank. Oh, what? I feel like Tinsley is falling into the Eden Sassoon kind of place where you don't really know where you fit in, so you disappear throughout the season. I'm really hoping that she brings it so that she can secure her status for next season. And I just feel her slipping away, man, and she's just not, sad to say, she's just not interesting. There's nothing really interesting about Tinsley. It's 2017, you know what I mean? Like, we have young billionaires being made every day thanks to the tech boom, you know what I mean? So it's wealth is, I'm not saying that it's easily attainable, but it's like, wealth wasn't what it used to be back in the day when Tinsley was on and popping. Like, it girls are different. It girls are like Instagram girls, you know what I mean? So it's a totally different season. And I feel like Tinsley is trying to ride this wave of importance that nobody but a few of the housewives know about. And she has to come up with something else to be more interesting, because this isn't working. You being an it girl back in 2007 or whatever, it's like, okay, like, that doesn't work anymore. It girls don't work no more. You gotta have something else. You gotta be doing something more. You gotta be building a business, or you have to be trying to, you know, get a mogul, something to make yourself interesting in this type of environment. And I just don't see that with her. And I feel like she is giving me Eden Sassoon, man. Girl, you better do something besides this mugshot to secure your seat next season. Bethenny still hasn't forgiven Ramona, and she will not be attending her birthday party. Understandable. What Ramona did last episode was trifling, you know, trying to throw that porn out there to, like, try to embarrass her. Yeah, Bethenny's done. And she was just like, I've forgiven her so many times. Like, how many times do I have to keep on doing it? I'm done. I'm done. So, I rocks with Bethenny. I get it. Lord, everybody knows, Tinsley, that you cannot have a life outside of Sonya Morgan. Because Sonya is talking to her house servant about how Tinsley is hanging out with all of her friends without her, and she feels some sort of way, and she says, I feel like if you're staying with me you're like obligated to invite me to the things that you do. I totally disagree, which is why I hate staying with people unless they're like family, you know what I mean? Like, there are people who get like that. If you stay with somebody, they just feel like you're obligated to do these things with them because you're staying in their space. And that is some type of like some weird personality where it's like they like to hold things over you. So it's just at my place, so you need to do these things for me. So if you're hanging out with these people, you need to invite me. Tinsley does not have to do that. But see, this is the problem because Tinsley ain't paying no rent. If you're not paying any rent, Tinsley, this is how you pay your way. You invite Sonya to certain places. And then Sonya gets on her. It's just like, you can't bring a dude into my daughter's bedroom because I guess Tinsley brought somebody home. And again, I agree with Sonya. Like, that's her place. She sets the rules. But Sonya, you can't set the rules once something happens that offends you. Like, to lay the ground rules before you get to that place where it's just like, oh no, you can't do this. Oh no, you can't do that. Bottom line, Tinsley, you need to find your own place. If I was you, I would go to production and be like, y'all need to put me up someplace because this right here is not working. Did y'all see that B-roll of Sonya's townhouse and like the walls or something was boarded up? Girl, get out of this condemned townhouse. So that's where the episode ends. And if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you for the following episode of The Real Housewives of New York. Bye, guys.